Hello everyone! For today's video, I'm gonna discuss about BMBE or also known as Barangay Micro Business Enterprises. So, dito, sinasabi dito, the BMBE is Act of 2002 encourages the formation and growth of barangay micro business enterprises by granting them incentives and other benefits. By the way, this BMBE has been signed by an economist president, no less than si President Arroyo. So, 'di ba, as an economist, she was able to think of ways on how we can boost our economy. And one of the things na kanyang sinign is itong ang BMBE. Sabi kasi niya rin dito, 'di ba? Also, the act primarily aims to integrate micro enterprises in the informal sector into the mainstream of the economy. Strengthening BMBs would mean more jobs and livelihood and a better quality life for Filipinos. Okay? A BNBE is defined as any business enterprises engaged in the production, processing, or manufacturing of products, including agro-processing as well as trading and services, with total assets of not more than 3 million. Such assets shall include those arising from loans, but not the land on which the plants or the plant and equipment are located. So, ito, may kinwalify din siya about services. Sabi niya, for the purpose of the Act, services shall exclude those rendered by anyone who is duly licensed by the government after having passed a government licensure examination in connection with the exercise of one's profession. So, ang sinasabi niya rito, do sinabi sa BMBE na mag-fall under doon yung mga services, pero excluding doon yung mga accountants, lawyers, doctors, yung mga nakapasa sa PRC. So, pwede natin sabihin dito na ano-ano yung mga businesses na pwedeng, ano yung services? So, ano ba yung mga service business? Siyempre, yung mga barbershop, mga beauty parlor, di ba, mga service, ano yon service revenue yon, di ba? Aside, of course, that they have small items that they use, tool that they use. So, yun siya, they would fall under BMBE. So, maring kapitbahay mo, biglang nagtayo ng parlor dyan sa tabi mo. So, tapos yung profit doon, that would fall under BMBE. Okay? Okay, nagtayo ng karinderya, sabi niya, manufacturing of products eh. So, di ba? Or yung processing, maaring yung gumagawa ng, what do you call that? Yung mga embutido, yung mga ganun, di ba? So, they're processing, food processing, syempre, kasama siya doon. As long as, sabi rito, nagbigay din ng threshold, as long as yung total assets mo daw would not exceed 3 million. So, 3 million means, kung nandun pa yung land, tanggalin mo yung land. So, kunwari, na-compute mo yung total assets mo, nakita mo doon na ang total assets mo would be 5 million, ang cost pala, ang market value ng land na nando sa libro mo is 3 million. So, parang lumalabas lang, ang total assets mo is 2 million. Pasok ka pa rin doon sa BMBE na tinatawag. Okay? So, ano pa yung dapat natin matandaan? Marami talagang ma-entice dito na i-avail itong type of tax regime na to because yung una-una sa lahat talaga nakakabigay ng star sa mata is exempted ka na from income tax. 'Di ba? Ang laki ng mga income tax na binabayaran ngayon, 'di ba? May based on 20%, 25% of a certain threshold level. So, kung naka-exempt ka na diyan, at least mama-maximize mo yung profit. Pero syempre, meron pa rin mga sub notes dito na exempted ka from income tax, exempted ka from the coverage ng minimum wage law. Ano ba yung mga minimum wage law na pag sinasabi, if you're into this locality, you have to pay your employee this X number of per day. Okay? For example, I really don't know how much yung per day na, tapos hindi pwedeng you pay less than that. Kasi, sabi naman dito, exempted ka naman from the coverage of the minimum wage law. Actually, totoo to kasi there are yung mga sa trading industry, they are selling, for example, yung, di ba covered din dyan yung BNB, yung buy and sell? Okay? Yung trading, ito. Yung mga nagtinda ng mga, for example, damit sa Divisoria, tapos diba may mga tindera sila. I don't think they're paying yung tendero nila ng minimum wage law. Pero, minimum, oo, according sa law, yung minimum wage. Pero, ang masakit lang doon, hindi na nga sila binabayaran ng yung minimum, pero hindi pa rin sila na-entitled for the benefits like SS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, yun. Hindi yung pwede. Kasi kung BMBE ka and you're paying your employees certain salary for them because nagre-render sila sa business mo, um, dapat you also have to pay yung corresponding mga employee benefits. Like yun nga, SS, health benefits, yung PhilHealth, di ba? Required yun eh. Ano pa, yung pangatlong bullet, priority to a special credit window set up specifically for the financing requirements of BMB. Assuming you'd like to obtain loan from the bank or any financial institution, and then you'll present your BMBE certificate, somehow you'll be given priority. But it does not mean na bibigyan ka kagad nila ng loan. Baka meron silang checklist dun eh, 'di ba? Pero somehow pag nakita ng BMBE ka, meron kang somehow titingnan nila kagad yon, ipa-prioritize ka nila. Kasi nga eh, ano ba talaga ang pinaka-intent ng BMBE, 'di ba? For economic growth. Tapos yung pang-apat, technology transfer, production and managing training, marketing assistance program for BMBE beneficiaries. Most likely these are government programs that they offer for free. And then like for example, yung mga sa TESDA, 'di ba? So, eventually, if those tested students will expand yung knowledge na nakuha nila, come up with a business. For example, they were trained to become yung sabihin natin, yung nanggugupit ng buhok, di ba? Yung ganon. So, somehow, isa rin tong rason na para lang talaga, para madagdagan ng kaalaman yung mga kababayan natin, really to boost the economy. Okay? Meron pa rito, the LGUs are also encouraged either to reduce the amount of local taxes, yung mga municipal taxes sa mas maaari, fees and charges imposed, or to exempt the BMBs from local taxes, fees and charges. So, call na to ng municipality if they will exempt you from paying from exempting you from yung municipal taxes. Kasi, part of the registration of the business yun nga, pagre-register yung business, pagka-come up with the business, first you go to DTI, and then you go to sa city hall, sa municipality, to pay yung corresponding business permit. Minsan, mas ang laki nun eh. Pero, alam mo yun. And then, yun nga, next is a BIR. Okay? So, what's next? Ano naman yung documentary requirements in registering as a BMBE? First, yung BMBE online application form. Actually, good thing this year, naka-online na ito. Way back, siguro mga earlier years, because I remembered, we went to DTI personally to fill out the form. Or maybe at the time, we're not really aware. Pero, yun dati talagang mano-mano. But this time, talaga sinabi na rito na may online application na for BMBE. Okay? So, syempre, aside from you first going to DTI website to register your name, 'di ba? May registration 'yan eh. Very intuitive naman 'yun when you go to DTI for new businesses. Dapat you come up with 3 names in your mind. Tatype mo doon kasi baka may similar names until such time na you go through na ayan, kakabayad ka na. For example, you either choose whether it will be barangay or local. Alam niyo 'yon. Until such time, makagrant ka na ng DTI certificate mo. Tapos, yun ang requirement sa pagpasa rin when you apply for BMBE. They will look for your DTI certificate. Tapos, i-attach mo yun sa BMBE online application mo. So, how much naman is the cost of registering? None. It's free of charge, okay? But in terms of the validity of the certificate you receive from DTI, this has to be renewed every 2 years. Okay, it should be renewed every 2 years and every 2 years thereafter. Subject, of course, to the applicant's continued compliance with the eligibility requirement as prescribed by the law. Okay? So, let's go now. So, halimbawa, re-register tayo. Let's read. Okay? Maganda nga na naka-online na siya eh. So, halimbawa magre-register tayo. So, may tanong siya rito, is the total assets of your business not more than 3 million? So, sinasabi niya rin dito yung kung ano talaga yung threshold. So, this is really the eligibility checker. So, total assets pertains to all kinds of properties, real or personal, including those arising from loans, but exclusive, okay, of the land yan on which the particular business entities, office, plant, and equipment are situated, owned by the BMBE, and used for the conduct of its business. So, should not be more than the answer natin dyan, yes. Okay? Is your business engaged in the production, processing, manufacturing of products? Halimbawa, ang produkto mo, naisip mong produkto is you come up with embutido, o kaya mga, alam mo yung homemade products, diba? Or commodities including agro-processing, trading, buy and sell to services, and activities are barangay-based. So, yung activities is barangay-based within the community. Sabi rito, barangay-based business is any of the following condition. The majority of its employees are residents of the city municipality where its principal place of business is located. For example, magkakaroon ka ng, you're thinking of milkshake, tapos meron kang branch dito sa, halimbawa sa Metro Manila, and then you have another branch in the province. So, when you look for employees on sa branch mo, sa province, dapat, yung mga employees doon, galing doon sa province na yon. Required yon. Okay. Its principal activity consists in the application use of a particular skill peculiar to the locality or of raw materials predominantly sourced from that area, of course, 'di ba? So, for example, nasa Laguna ka, you come up with shake, iba-ibang shake. So, 'di ba? I don't know if may durian sa Laguna. Sorry for sorry for my ignorance. Halimbawa lang, hindi unlikely mag-durian shake sa Laguna kung ang predominant na produkto doon sa Laguna is lansones, avocado, di ba? Sample ko lang yun, halimbawa walang durian sa Laguna. So, yun yung ganun. Tapos, its business operations are confined within the territorial jurisdiction of the city, municipality, or LGU in which its principal place of business is located. So, sasagutan natin siya ng yes. Okay? Next, is your business a branch, okay, subsidiary, division, or office of a large-scale enterprise, and its policies and business modus operandi are determined by a large-scale enterprise or by persons who are owners or employees of the enterprise. Ibig sabihin nito, for example, yung business mo is a branch na isang malaki pang korporasyon. Okay? For example, sabihin natin SM, tapos nagkaroon ng branch na maliit na SM sari-sari store. Hindi yung pwede. Kasi siya branch siya. Do in-exage ko lang, pero that's how we have to look into. Kasi sabi niya rito, of a large-scale enterprise. Ang large-scale enterprise, ibig sabihin to mga big companies. So, branch ka ba? Diba hindi nga? So, your answer should be no. I'm not pushing you to answer no ha, pero ikaw rin, when you review this eligibility checker, this is something you have to think about. Branch ba ako? O, diba? Pero syempre, kung alam mo talaga na, hindi, barangay-based nga to. So, definitely no. Okay? Does your business provide services that are rendered owned by a natural persons or who are duly licensed by the government after having passed the government licensure examination in connection with the exercise of one's profession, juridical persons such as partnership or corporation engaged in consultancy, advisory, similar services that where the performance of such services are essentially carried out through licensed professionals, lawyers, accountants, doctors, pharmacists. Alam mo yon, sabi ko nga kanina, di ba? Ito yung kinuwalify nila sa BMB, yung services na to. All services okay except doon yung mga license. Kahit hindi ka license, pero kung yung ipapractice mo na service is under PRC ruling, hindi ka pa rin pwedeng sabihin maging BMB yan. Sabi mo, hindi, accounting service naman ako, pero hindi naman ako licensed CPA eh. So, BMB ito, hindi ganun yon. It does not work to be that way. Pero kung yung pinaka main service mo talaga is yung profession mo is under the umbrella of PRC, hindi mo pwede pa rin sabihin na kahit accounting service yan, hindi ka pwede maging BMBE. Okay? Kasi la-license siya ng PRC eh. Alright? So, if we proceed, so, ibig sabihin, tama yung mga answers mo. So, you have to enter your business email ad and re-enter your business email ad for verification and validation. We'll no longer proceed with this one kasi very intuitive naman to. When you submit it, you have to go there, tapos you'll receive an email para i-validate nila, tapos you'll proceed na to ano ba yung mga next steps that you have to fill out. Syempre, common yung name, yung address, ilan yung posible mong employee, tatanungin nila doon yung capital mo, until such time na when you complete that, it will come, and complete mo na yung format, rather yung mga questions, eventually it will generate a, what they call this, a certificate. And you have to they call that, you have to save it and print it para you have a copy of that one. All right, so hope this helps. Thank you, see you in my next video.